Welcome, I am Ahmed. Today's video is about these two laptops. What do we want to check there? We want to check features that has to do with Intel Xeon versus Intel Core i7 or a Core i9. What actually makes this processor different and who are those that actually want to make use of it? Come in, let's have it. For a long time now, we've observed you have not been subscribing to our channel, you have not been clicking the notification bell, so please, we want you to do that in our channel so that anytime we put up new videos, you can quickly get access to it. Now, today's video is for the architects, is for people that use systems like servers, people that actually use systems of huge volume kind of work. Now, we want to try to see these two laptops. These are massive machines, big machines. This is about, I think about 7.5K LBS, £7. This is about 9 LBS. So we can say this is the size of maybe five 50 cl bottle of Coke, the weight. So I think this is about 3.3 kg. But this one should be getting about 2.9 kg, So they are both 17 inches laptops, 17.3 inches laptop. So you can actually enjoy the view. Now, let's come back to the main topic. The topic is, can I get a Core i7 or should I get a Core i7 or a Core i5? Sorry, should I get a Core i7 or an Intel Xeon for my architectural work? Now, the answer is this. Let's quickly begin to check this system for those differences for you to understand what makes an Intel Xeon and a Core i7 different. Okay, I'll put on my sniping tools, Windows Shift S. I'll go to video. I'm taking my screen. Okay, so I want to start the video. Okay, so the video is starting here. I'll do the same here. Control Shift S. Okay, that's up. Okay. Then I'll start my video. Okay. Now, what we need to understand about these two laptops is the fact that number one, they are both heavy. They are 17.3 inches, like I've said. Now, the key difference between a Core i7 and Intel Xeon is what I'll show you now. On this laptop, we have Intel Core i7 versus the Intel Xeon. Now, the difference between them is mainly, number one, the features. What is a Xeon processor going to do for you compared to i7? Number one, the target market. So Intel Xeon mainly are for servers, workstations, that is what this is meant for. But the question to you again is, what are servers and workstations actually meant for? Number one, servers and workstations actually is meant for, multi-processing operations. You want to put up different applications at the same time, and you still want the system to be stable. That is what this is meant for. So the processor in here can actually multitask. I mean multitask. If I say multitask, that is an operation is going on, another app is open, the third one is open, the fourth one is open, and it is handling it. So for corporations, they actually, just imagine Google, for instance. Google is a international organization that a lot of people connect to. They have different services they run. So of course, you won't be expecting them to use this kind of server. They will be using a very huge server, and such a server will be communicating with different systems across the world at the same time. So that would mean that their servers can multitask and take use of different systems. So that is why on this page, you can see it now that we have for i7, it is for consumers and gamers, whereas your Xeon is for servers and workstations. So workstations mean you can multitask on it at the same time and it won't crash. But for a Core i7, any system carrying a Core i7 processor is actually for consumers. Consumers in the sense that you want to make use of your job. You want to work with a system, but you need it to be very fast. So that's why you're buying a Core i7. So, but it's going to handle one work at a time. There are some Core i7s like this one that is carrying a very huge graphics memory that can also do 2-3 jobs at a time, but it is subject to sometimes crashing compared to an Intel Xeon processor that is a workstation. I think you are getting the difference. Okay, so that's the first thing. Number two, it is then made possible with a particular technology that is called the ECC memory. The ECC memory is very important too. On your workstation, you actually have the ECC memory embedded, especially when it's a desktop computer. So that ECC memory, I'm going to show you a picture that is going to exemplify it to you right now. Yes. Now, I'm having it here. On the ECC memory, you have your ECC RAM. You have ECC RAM versus non-ECC RAM. You have different chips on it. And this chip, you can see it as labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 for the non-ECC and 1 to 9 for the ECC. So the ninth chip there is actually functional for error corrections. So there's a lot of explanation for that. That could be another video, but there's a lot of explanation on that alone. So that ninth chip you see on this diagram makes you understand the fact that it is the technology that is called ECC. Now, it is actually meant to help the system interpret a lot of information when they are coming. So when there is anything like a bug or a crash is about to happen, this type of RAM is going to take charge and control it. So it's going to minimize the level of crashes that ordinarily a workstation is not supposed to be crashing compared to a Core i7, system. So I believe you are getting the differences. Now, another one you might want to consider, another factor, okay, is of course your key differences. I'm showing you the key differences again now. Multi CPU support, yes. For Xeon, it is yes. For Intel Core i7, no. Reliability in what sense? It is built for 24 hours, 7 days continuous use, whereas the Core i7 is not built that way. If you keep using your Core i7 processor for that long, of course, it's going to minimize the durability. It's going to minimize the number of years that particular processor can work. And we have seen quite a number of systems that are Core i7, Core i5 that would crash. Faster than this. So in terms of speed, a gaming laptop, these are gaming laptops. A gaming laptop is very okay in terms of speed. Why? Because the characters on the game need to respond to your touch. You are touching the pad, you are doing this, you are pressing that, you are trying to control. So your gaming laptop is going to do what? Is going to respond faster. But a workstation, its job is not to respond faster. Its job is actually to do the job properly and do it carefully. So that is the major difference between them. So if you are looking for a laptop that, okay, I was trying to make a comment on overclocking. Now you see each of these speed that you have here, 2.3. This one is 2.8. Now, this 2.3 you have here, what it means by overclock it means that when you put up your application, it could be the game, it could be a game, it could be Orion, it could be ArchiCAD or Revit, any of them. When you put it up, and those applications are then dependent on the processor at that moment, just come down to your task manager. You want to check out the processes. Then come to processor. Then you then discover that your processor is actually increasing. Okay, displays performance. I think I need, yeah. Okay, now look at this one. Look at it. This is where my cursor is. It has gone back to 1.6, 2.6, 1.6. Sometimes it goes to 3 points. So that is overclocking for you. You have a processor that tells you that the base speed is 2.3, but it can come down to 1.6. It can go to 1.9. It can overclock itself to 3.2, to 3.4, to 3.9, depending on what the cap is. So what we are saying here is that a Core i7, a Core i5, a Core i9 can actually overclock and boost itself. The advantage for that is it helps you regulate your battery consumption, especially when you are not connected, to power. It will regulate your battery consumption. So that's the advantage on this one. But for this one, it doesn't overclock. It stays at 2.8 while it is working. Anytime it requires more than that, it can go up, but often relies on 2.8 to work. Do you understand it? So that is what that article is actually telling you, that overclocking for a Xeon processor, no. But for a Core i7, yes. So I believe you get the gist right now. So both of them are quite heavy, but one is gaming, one is for servers or workstations. You understand? Watch out for the part 2 of this video. Thank you very much.